Big Match John. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. This is the Marine Review. Of course, this series did literally go off the rails in later years, but guess what? The first one, you had John Cena, you had Robert Patrick, you had Anthony Ray Parker with a really funny character in Morgan, and you had some sexy ladies, damn it. So anyway, let's break it down. Let's talk about the Marine. It came out 17 years ago. It's mad to think it came out 17 years ago. Stone Cold Steve Austin was supposed to have this role, but then, I don't know, he just turned it down and John Cena decided to take it. So fair play to Big Match John. You know what? I wouldn't take this movie serious if you're going in to watch it. It's funny. It's got like wrestling elements in it of like the mid 2000s. It's brilliant. You know what? See for what it is. It's funny as fuck. And people, I've seen people bury it like, oh, the movie's just awful to watch, but it's funny. Like, no, like there's just so many funny scenes. Like, even in the opening scene, like Cena, John Triton, disobeys orders and like storms in. He manages to like save his crew as they manage to escape Iraq, but it's like even like the fight scenes. He sets this guy on fire and fucking picks him up and flings him, man, right out this window. I thought it was brilliant. He gets back for the Marines. They are in Stuttgart, Germany, and he actually gets. John Triton is no longer a Marine. You've been discharged. Get the fuck out of here, John. Damn it. So he returns home. He's with his wife, Kate Triton, played by Kelly Carlson. Damn it, Kelly Carlson. And those two proceed to make love. Like, I want to be happy, so make me happy, bitch. And then, yeah, that happens. Then we cut to Robert Patrick and I believe Bennett. So these two are outside this shop. And it looks like they're going to perform a robbery, which to do. And it was just a nice introduction to the Robert Patrick character. He's like, I have severe intimacy issues, so don't look me in the eyes and be quiet. Which is funny. He then kills the guy guarding the diamonds. So he steals diamonds. And then as they get outside, you think, right, they've obviously not wore masks here, so they're obviously like already known. And then like all of a sudden, the police car comes around the corner. He just whips out this assault rifle, starts spraying it down, man. And then Morgan, probably MVP of this movie, whips out a bloody rocket launcher, shoots the fucking cop car, blows them up, and they manage to escape. But then John Triton, he's got this new job as a security guard, which I thought was pretty funny. But obviously here, guys, it doesn't really go that well, does it? Because his new job as security guard, he throws a guy through the glass, and ends up getting fired. Oh no, for Big Match John. Things aren't looking good for him. And then him and his wife decide, you know what, we're going to go on a wee vacation. Him and Kate are like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, my father used to take me and my brother up to the mountains. She's like, oh, did you enjoy it? Why did you do that? And he's like, it's the only place no one could hear me and my brother scream. And it was weird. It was like, holy fuck, is he insinuating that his dad used to rape him and his brother? And you know what? This is all banter. It's funny, man, but I've seen people, this is just, you can't say it was WWE. You can't say things like this. Fucking grow a set, man. It's funny as fuck. And lay the smack down. But as he's like getting stuff at this like gas station, Robert Patrick's crew pull in, and then this is where shit hits the fan because the police show up, and then Morgan, this guy's just really like, he's just a happy trigger, man. He just starts killing the police, and then Big Match John gets hit in the face with a fire extinguisher. They kidnap his wife Kate. Bodies have hit the floor. John gets up, he sees them leaving, and then the gas station just completely explodes. And then he gets in the police car. Then what ensues is like a 20-minute car chase here, which I thought was like absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? It did what it had to do, man. It did what it had to do on the tin. They get a car chase. The car ends up flipping. John manages to like crash in the water. But then Rome, Kate Triton, Morgan, and Angela, Bennett, and Frank, they have to head off on foot now. Braun catches up to Cena. He's like, you know, I know you're a Marine. You're John Triton, but I'm a cop, and I'm not going to arrest you, but man, you're interfering in a federal crime, John. But obviously you could tell there's something weird with this Braun guy. Then Robert Patrick's character Rome's numerous phone calls throughout this movie from talking to a guy saying, here, there's no longer a 50-50 split, I'm keeping my entire half. I'm keeping 100%. And obviously Braun here, shafted by the news. Not exactly ideal for him. But as John is trying to like catch these guys up, he ends up getting caught by two guys called Billy and Joe. And this is just a weird scene. He's like, yeah, I'm a cop, and they got a GPS tracker, and he fucking just batters both of them, jumps off the chair, looking absolutely ridiculous. Funny, so he manages to escape that scenario. Then we get Rome, Morgan, and Angela Kate and Bennett and Frank, they stop. And then, like, Morgan's just trying to play the race card. It's funny as fuck. He's like, man, you blame a black guy. Black brothers ain't supposed to be out here in the mud, surrounded by fucking crocodiles. This ain't for brothers, man. Which one of you bastards shot the cop anyway? He's like, Morgan, that was you. And then, like, he pulls the gun, Morgan. It's funny, and he's like, "What the fuck, man? What the fuck?" And he's like, "Whoa, Morgan, I didn't give you the go ahead to kill anybody." He's like, "A brother steals a bike, you think it's the black man?" And he's like, "So who killed those two cops?" And he's like, Frank's like, "A black man." Frank gets absolutely dropped by Rome. Thought this was all funny and bizarre, and then we get to the this like cabin in the woods essentially, but it's in like the middle of the swamp. Robert Patrick then like tells Morgan to get the power on. But before Morgan goes, he's like, "Yeah, when I was in a like, was it juvie he was talking about or something? Or no, he's like, yeah, I did go to camp. It was camp. He's like, I did go to camp once, but the camp man, uh, this is what made me dislike rock candy. He did stuff to me." Basically insinuating that the guy raped him as he was like a 12-year-old. And again, it's funny, it's brilliant. Robert Patrick's reaction was fucking unreal. Comedy is really good in this movie. Morgan goes downstairs and then he gets into a bit of beef with John Triton. John stabs him, but as he like stabs him, the sound effect is of the bottle cap coming off Robert Patrick's beer, which I thought was quite cool. He then sends Bennett down Robert Patrick. Bennett goes down, John kills him. Then Braun shows up, him and John burst through as Kate and Angela are like basically escaping at this point, and then Robert Patrick's like, "I'm not giving you any of your cut." He's like, "But if you kill that guy, I'll give you half your cut back." So Braun tries to kill John. John then kills Braun, and then they escape in a car, and then John basically arrests this police officer, chases after him in a swamp thing. It was weird. Like Angela jumps on top of Roman. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Because he's trying to drive. And like the whole point of them switching cars here is so they can get into a truck, but then the truck just gets reported on the radio anyway, so that was a bit retarded. But she managed to like steal the diamonds during this, and then John shows up. They're looking for a car at this lot, but John's seen he's a persistent wee bugger. He throws Angela out the fucking truck. She smashes through a bus. The blood covers the diamonds. Epic scene, man. And then him and Robert Patrick square go. Boom. Robert Patrick keeps battering him as the truck he's jumped out of here flies towards the sea. Kate looks like she's going to drown here. Things aren't looking good for Kate. Hell no, they're no. And then yeah, he throws Robert Patrick underneath all this rubble. It all falls on him. He saves Kate. CPR. Yeah. And then Robert Patrick out of nowhere gets Big Match John with a chain. John then wraps the chain around Robert Patrick's neck and fucking throws him. Snaps his neck. Brilliant. You know what? It was funny. It was stupid. There was action. There was gore. There was blood. It gets a fucking 7.5 for me. I don't care what people say, man. It was funny. Like, yeah, the acting's bad, but it was brilliant. It was entertaining, man. That's what you can ask for in movies. It wasn't meant to be taken serious, this. And you know what? Thoroughly enjoyed it, guys.